welcome back to Papa Prepper. Tommy here. Finally Friday. Hope y'all are having a blessed day. Getting ready to kick off the weekend. It's supposed to be pretty beautiful here, so hopefully I'll get a lot of stuff done. I had some running to do this morning. It's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd do my premiere from the car. Hopefully I can get this uploaded by 10 o'clock. We'll see. But last night on Therapy Thursday, which if you did not see it, please go back and watch it. It was a great show, very informational. Nothing I did was great, but Jim S. was very helpful. Helped a lot of folks last night with their radios and CBs and such. Had a good time. So please go back and check that out. And he does have his own channel. It's just Jim S. He is supposed to be changing his name to Radioactive Prepper. I'm not sure when that will occur, but good things to come from Jim, I'm sure. But what I wanted to get at this morning is somebody made a comment, you know, last night in the chat, which was a very good comment. You know, it comes a time, and that time is upon us, okay, that we kind of need to quit, you know, I don't want to say quit coddling each other, because that sounds very degrading, but there comes to a point where you have to actually start kind of thinking for yourself. And I'm not saying like nobody's dependent on me, because I know that's not true, okay? There's a lot better channels than me. I'm just here, you know, trying to relay news as I get it, and, you know, prepping from my point of view with my budget. So, I mean, definitely there's better people than me to follow when it comes to prepping. Now, I appreciate every one of you guys that are here. I love every one of y'all. Don't get me wrong. That'll never change. But, and you guys know there's better people to watch than me. But God bless y'all for being here. But what I wanted to hit at this morning is say, excuse me, this whole gas shortage, the situation in Israel, just everything going on right now, okay? And you just happened across a prepper channel. You're like, what's this about? You know, say you're already conservative, and you know you're not blind. You see what's going on, but you never gave prepping really a thought. But with everything that's going on, say you had an inside source tell you, you know, you got 1 week before SHTF hits, and you know you come across a channel, you're looking for, you know, help for that, you know, do what you need to do in that 1 week. Well, that's kind of what I want to cover this morning. If you've only got 1 week, you've never prepped, what should you do? First of all, pray. Pray very long and very hard, because you're going to need it. I've been saying that for a while now. The biggest prep is your soul. You want to make sure your soul is right with God. Other than that, your first thing, if you have boomsticks and freedom seeds, which anybody that would be new, that is firearms and projectiles. If you don't already have that, you might get lucky. You might, because things are actually starting to come back around. But other than the firearms, you know, you're going to want protection. No matter what kind of protection you can get, whether it be baseball bats, blossom spray, Lysol spray to spray folks in the eyes, big heavy wrench, you know, whatever it is, hunting knives, whatever you can get your hands on and manipulate it into a weapon, you're going to want several different types of self-defense, and gather it all up as soon as you can. Like I said, you're watching this and being told that you only have a week to get yourself together, okay? So then, water. You're going to want as much water as you can get your hands on. Realistically, now if you go sparingly, you know, 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons per person per day that's in your household. Realistically, you're going to want like 3 gallons at least per person per day in your household, because you know, you got to cook, you got to clean yourself, you got to wash, or you got to drink, wash dishes, you know, whatever it is you got to do, that's all going to come out of your water source. And if it's grid down, SHTF, whatever water you have on hand, that's it. With that being said, you're going to want at least, like I said, you're a week out, you know, you're trying to get whatever you can as quick as you can. You're going to want one source, one way to purify water, because in a week you're not going to be able to get a hold of enough water to sustain you very long. So you're going to be hitting creeks, ponds, rivers, creeks, you know, whatever, to find water. And you do not drink water without purifying it. I don't care how crystal clear it looks, unless it's been tested like a well and you know it's potable, you know you can drink it. Always, you have to purify your water, okay? Whether by boiling it, I saw your mini, a Berkey water filter. You know, there's life straws, there's several different kinds, but you're definitely going to want to secure yourself at least one of those nice water filters, okay? It might be slow going, y'all might have to take turns if there's more than just yourself, but if you only got a week, at least get one. Then food. Now obviously you want food that's not going to go bad. Now with that being said, you know, you're only going to have enough water or whatever for a week. You're going to want to keep that in mind too as you're, you know, trying to get up this food and get it together. And for a typical SHTF situation, you're going to want up to 2 weeks, or at least 2 weeks, I'm sorry, at least 2 weeks of food and water. So that's going to be up to you to break down how many people's in your household, you know, including yourself, this and that, you know, that's going to be completely up to you, but you want to make sure it's all stuff that's not going to go bad. Unless you do happen to have a lot of gasoline on hand with a big generator, it can run your freezer and refrigerator and whatnot. If that's the case, great. Then you're not watching this to find out what you can do in a week, because you're already there. Okay, you've already been putting in the work. So you want water and food for 2 weeks. Non-perishable, of course. I'm talking beans, pasta, peanut butter, canned goods, freeze-dried food. If you've got the money and you haven't prepped at all, and you got a week to get yourself together, my best advice to you would be hit Walmart, Rural King, and just buy freeze-dried for, you know, get like a month's supply. That would be the quickest, not necessarily the cheapest, but it would be the quickest if you're just trying to acquire things quickly, because you know it's coming. Now obviously none of us know when exactly it's coming, so if you got an inside source like that, kudos to you, please share with us. And then after the food and water, you're going to want to, depending on what time of year it is, you're going to want to get a bag ready, okay? And that bag will depend on what time of year it is. Obviously, if it's like right now, springtime, you're gonna want jeans, maybe some shorts, t-shirts, hoodies, you know, stuff like that in between, in case you do have to get out of Dodge. If you do have to leave your home, you want what is called a bug out bag. You know, all you veterans in here, we all know what that is, but if you're a newbie, you know, just trying to explain, like, the key aspects as quick as they could, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they only had a week, just bear with me, guys. I think you know what I'm saying. But, you know, just in case, you know, you have to leave your home, you want to have what's called a bug out bag. And in that bug out bag, my best advice for you right now, since you're on such a short time crunch, it would be, just look online. There's several different websites that give you phenomenal lists of equipment to have in your bag. I mean, you want everything in your bag from a 3-day supply of food, water filtration, the way to make a fire, and that's one of the main things you want to focus on as well. Sorry, I'll get that in a minute. But your bug out bag, you know, you're gonna want food, water, ways to make a fire, knives, possibly a collapsible shovel. Sorry guys, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. So there will be things I forget, so be easy on me. A map of your area, a compass is a really good thing to have. Some way of communications, you know, ham radio, handheld CB, things like that. But like I said, hit the internet, you know, sorry guys, pretty rough road. Hit the internet, see what you can find. A lot of good, and YouTube, a lot of good creators, you know, very specific lists. But that's just in case you have to bug out. Most folks, a lot of folks have come to the conclusion that they're just going to stick it out at their home, and whatever may come, myself included. So back to that, you're going to want to come up with a way to cook, whether it be a propane camp stove, and then if you buy that, you're going to have to buy propane tanks. And like I said, if you're just dealing right now, just starting, and you know, and it could hit possibly next week, tomorrow, today, you know, you're going to be pretty limited unless you're sitting on a stack of cash, okay? Because there's a lot of things you need in a very short time to get it right now. But definitely a way to cook, even if it's on a charcoal grill outside. Do not use any type of grill in your house. Let me clarify and clear that up right now. But whether it's, you know, cooking on wood outside on open fire, charcoal, whatever, you're going to need some way to cook your food. Let me think. And you know, I would strongly suggest getting paper products like paper plates, throwaway forks, throwaway spoons, cups, because you don't want to be wasting your water to clean your dishes and stuff, obviously. So anything that you can buy that's cheap and disposable that you can use and throw away, I would definitely recommend that. If you can come up with some way of power, like I said, being the situation, you know, you've got a week to get yourself together. If you're sitting on cash, go find yourself a generator. But with fuel being the way it is, you're going to have to find a propane or something solar. That would be your best bets right now. Which, of course, a solar generator, you can only power so much stuff unless you have a very big outfit. But you're going to try your best to come up with some kind of power, because the main thing to keeping calm in a blackout is having light. You're going to want some source of light, and possibly a way to cook. You know, maybe you can, a little hot plate or something that you could run off of a solar generator, something like that. And again, you know, you seasoned guys in here and gals, you guys, I mean, we know we're as ready as we're going to be, but I'm trying to, you know, kind of focus at somebody's just scrambling trying to get stuff, basically, just to kind of cover their own butt for a while. Maybe at least see them through a power outage and whatnot. But back to what you would need at home. Make sure, I know it might be kind of hard to do right now, make sure your vehicle, whatever you have, is topped off in gas, ready to flee if you have to. Another good thing to do, if you only have a week or less, or maybe a month, you know, we'll give it a month even still. If you haven't prepped, that's going to be a very, very large, hard time crunch. I'll be right back, guys. good thing you'd want to have on hand is manual tools, you know, some saws, hammers, screwdrivers, ratchets, sockets, things like that, because you never know what is going to break around the house. In a grid down SHTF situation, you're not going to be able to call a repairman. So you're going to definitely want a small, even if you can just get your hands on a small assortment of hand tools. You know, Walmart, you can get a decent kit just for little home repairs for like 20 bucks, 25 bucks. Granted, they're not greatest grade tools. You know, they're by no means something a mechanic would carry, but they are decent for home repairs. The biggest thing, not biggest, I mean, there's food and water, of course, but first aid, medical supplies. And if you're just starting out and, you know, you want something quick for just in case the next couple weeks, I would hit the Dollar Tree. I've done a video in the past about the Dollar Tree, several of them. You can get a great assortment of gauze pads, wraps, tape, band-aids, alcohol, peroxide, antiseptic, iodine. You know, you can get, I mean, it might be small packages, but you can get that stuff at the Dollar Tree, $1 a pack. You can get a lot of good stuff at the Dollar Tree. As far as all kinds of preps go, water, food, you know, you name it, you can get a lot of it at the Dollar Tree. Now, granted, like I said, not the best quality stuff, but it's better than what you have right now if you have nothing, okay? Excuse me, guys. But like I said, you know, tools, first aid, what else is there? You're going to want some cash on hand. Definitely small bills, just in case, because, you know, grid down, there's not going to be any banks, no ATMs, no nothing like that. So if all you carry is plastic and it goes down for 2 weeks, a month, whatever, you have no money, absolutely no cash. So you're definitely going to want to, you know, get some cash on hand. Try to get online if you have access to a printer and print off, you know, survival skills, like how-to things, or hit your local bookshop if you got the money, you know, something. You're going to want, especially if you have no idea what you're doing, you're going to want to figure out how to build a fire. You know, there's several different ways to build fires. All kinds of tools, look into that. Look in, like I said, online, look up different skills, and if you have time, practice those skills. But if not, definitely print them off and put them in a binder so you have them to reference. You know, fire building, shelter building, water filtration, how to cook on a fire, you know, things like that. You're gonna have to know. You're gonna have to learn. When it comes to grid down and SHTF, aside from, you know, your soul being ready, you know, your mind and your ability to stay calm are going to be your two biggest tools. Okay? If you're clever and crafty and can, you know, MacGyver your way out of a lot of situations, you're going to do great. Okay? But if you're, and I'm not being offensive, I don't mean to offend anybody, but if you're kind of lacking in common sense and, you know, you've never even been camping, you know, you've never had any, you know, I don't know how to say it. If you've never had any kind of hardships to where you had to rely on, you know, other means besides just pushing a button or turning on a light or, you know, something like that, you better start studying. You best get your act together, because I don't fearmonger, you know, I don't use scare tactics, but it's coming, y'all. Sorry about the sun glare, guys, but it's coming, and it's coming fast. Okay, that's about all I can really think of. And like I said, I'm thinking off the top of my head. I know I've forgotten things. I know I have. And getting your supplies together, there's certain things that are universal, but a lot of it too is, you know, person to person based. You know, there's going to be things you need that I don't, you know, like your personal medications. You know, if you can get, you know, a stockpile of those, you know, over-the-counter medicines like allergy pills, ibuprofen, Tylenol, Sudafed, you know, whatever it is, you know, get that. And again, you can get a lot of that at the Dollar Tree, very cheap. But some of it's going to differ from person to person. But a lot of the necessities are all the same. You know, we have to have water, we got to eat, we got to stay warm, you know, we got to stay clothed, things like that. We have to stay sheltered, you know, so there's a lot of skill. It's not just running out and buying things, guys. Ooh, the sun's gone, good. It's not just running out and buying things, guys. It's knowing what to do with the things you have, or the things you don't have. It's how to, you know, be crafty and come up with, you know, if you are lacking something, you know, a way to come up to compensate for that, okay? Like I said, I know I forgot stuff. Please, guys, if you can help me out, just shoot some things in the comments that I forgot. I've probably forgot big things. Like I said, I'm just flying off the seat of my pants driving. So, please leave in the comments below things that I've forgotten. Let's help these people out that are new to us. Let's welcome them, you know, and show them what they need to know, because time's running out, I firmly believe. But with that being said, God bless you all. I love every one of you guys. Tomorrow night, live from the Bears Den, 7 p.m. I'm going to have a guest. You guys have seen him in chat, I'm sure. Tech-Hearted Prepper. He is a mastermind in the way of silver. You know, collecting, selling, trading. You know, he knows his stuff. You know, should be another great show. Like Jim last night blew me away with his knowledge of radios and things like that. So definitely tune in tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm telling you, Jim, or well, Tech-Hearted Prepper's name's Jim too. Jim, James. He said he answers to anything. But he is awesome when it comes to silver, guys. He knows his stuff inside and out. So definitely tune in for that, because I know that's a hot topic right now. It's a hot commodity. Everybody's trying to get their hands on it if they can. So definitely tune in tomorrow night. But anyway, God bless you guys. I love each and every one of y'all. Papa Prepper out.